Hi everyone, this is Emily Bennett. Today we're going to discuss technology integration frameworks. Why do we want to familiarize ourselves with frameworks? Well, if we want to stay on the same page as our students, we need to learn. So let's go to the TIP framework, which stands for Technology Integration Planning. When we want to include technology in all our classes but not sure how, we turn to the TIP framework. TIP is a model teachers can use to make sure they are integrating technology the right way. There are 5 steps we can use to plan and evaluate our instructions. Phase 1, we determine the relative advantage. Here we estimate the effort and expense. Will I benefit by using technology in this lesson? In phase 2, we decide on the objectives and assessments. We ask ourselves what outcomes will result from this method and what ways can I access the outcomes. Phase 3, design integration strategies. We compare student characteristics with content objectives. How will I prepare students to use the technology? Phase 4, we prepare the instructional environment. We troubleshoot options and always have backup plans. We make sure we have the right hardware, software, the right time, resources, and media. And we want to make sure that we never forget the special needs of students. In phase 5, we evaluate and revise integration strategies. We ask ourselves, how did it work? Can it be improved? We want student feedback. Were my objectives received? Remember, we want to keep our students as active learners. We want to put things in a way that they understand. Second framework, the TPAC, this stands for Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge. This type of framework is designed to show teachers the knowledge they need in order to teach using technology in an effective way. We look at it as combining 3 knowledge areas: technology, content knowledge, and pedagogy. Now, the content knowledge is what we are teaching. The pedagogy content knowledge, this is how we make the content suitable to our students. And the technological knowledge, we look at this as the partner. What tools do we use to make the content accessible to our students? When we look at the heart of the TPAC, we look at it meeting the students' needs. The next framework is the SAMR framework. It is used to maximize student success. It allows us to think differently and perform new tasks. There are 4 different levels and 2 sections. The 2 sections are the enhancement and the transformation. In the enhancement level, you have substitution. This is where technology acts as a direct tool substitute with no functional change. An example of this would be an essay writing. Instead of by hand, we type the essay using basic features of a word processing program. The second phase would be augmentation. Technology acts as a direct tool substitute with functional improvement. An example would be writing our paper on Google Docs. This is a collaborative document. The third is modification. Technology allows for significant task redesign. An example would be instead of writing an essay, students can publish it on a word process blog. That way anyone in the world can view and comment on this. And fourth, redefinition. The technology allows for the creation of new tasks previously inconceivable. An example would be now students can create and publish a digital storytelling project where people all over the world can analyze and comment on their message. The SAMR framework shows us that it's just not technology tools we use in the classroom. It's how we use them. Now we want to move on to the Trudecote framework. Trudecote stands for Technology Rich Unit Design and Classroom Observation Template. This is a protocol to help facilitate educator conversations about deeper learning, student agency, and technology integration. Basically, we don't have great ways to think about what is happening when we see students and teachers using technology for teaching and learning purposes. There's a really good checklist that we can use in the classrooms. Just to highlight them, you can look at personalization, individualization, and differentiation. You ask yourself, what are the learning goals? Who selected what is being learned? Was it the students, teachers, or both? Another one would be communication. How are my students communicating? Alone, in pairs, or in groups larger than 3. Then we would go on to asking ourselves agency, control, ownership, choice, talk time. During the lesson, who was the primary driver of the talk time? Was it the teacher, was it the students, or both? Technology usage. Who is the primary user of the technology? Again, was it the teacher, students, or both? And the last thing would be collaboration. Collaboration technologies are digital technologies being used to facilitate collaborative process. Well, did this happen? Yes or no, or somewhat. Tips for using Trudecote would be to focus on brainstorming, focus on desired answers, and focus on growth over time. Now, let's go to the LOTI. This focuses on a balance of instruction, assessment, and the effective use of digital tools. This model has a 3-stage process: building capacity, implementing change, and substituting independence. In the building capacity, you use your age best practices and address roles, and this is targeted to the SMART program goals. It's flexible online professional development, and you have strategic benchmarking in class modeling and peer mentoring. Now let's go back out. In the implementing change, you have full-scale implementation of the digital age best practices. Student engagement, collaborating learning environments, and the structured HEAT. HEAT, H-E-A-T, stands for Higher Order Thinking, Engaged Learning, Authentic Connections, and Technology Classroom. And then last, under the Sustaining Independence, this is classroom walkthrough protocols for continuous improvement in data-driven decision making. Thank you for watching my presentation. Have a nice night.